Really?
There was nothing there for what?
So like some Diddy type shit?
Diddy white parties weren't the Diddy. I'm afraid to even.
We ain't talking about no white party.
You're afraid to acknowledge you've been to the Diddy parties.
No, I'm not afraid of it. I've been to the Diddy white parties. I've been to Diddy's birthday parties. I wasn't at Diddy.
Oh wow, that sounds like a total whirlwind. Diddy's parties have always had an air of mystery and glamour, but if there's footage out there that's about to turn the tables, it could really shake things up in the industry. With all the hype and speculation, it sounds like there are some major revelations coming to light. People love a good scandal, but if it's career-ending stuff, that's serious. I can only imagine the whispers and rumors flying around right now. What's your take on all of this? Do you think it'll really have that big of an impact?
If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's gonna be affected. That they ain't after him just to get him. You got Homeland Security involved. You got the feds involved. I got news for you. They ain't coming just for him. They coming for a whole bunch of people.
This sounds like a total game changer. Diddy's white parties have always been the epitome of glam and exclusivity, but if this footage is revealing a darker side, it could really rewrite the narrative. The juxtaposition of high fashion and charity with whatever drama is lurking beneath the surface is just wild. Those parties were not only a social staple but also a place where major industry deals went down. If that image is now tainted, it could seriously impact everyone who's been part of it. It's interesting how quickly perceptions can shift, especially in the age of social media. Celebrities and their publicists must be scrambling right now. I wonder if this will lead to any big fallout or if people will just try to brush it under the rug. What do you think will happen next?
I've never made it.
Yeah, let's have another shot.
Let's have another shot. I'm in. Okay,
we need to treat our guests the right way.
Let's give them shots too. Come on.
No, this is me and you.
Oh, I need a shot.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Shot,
This
bro.
one? Okay.
Yeah, I just had to sing. It's all together. Me and you. Eyes.
Let's do it. Spilling all over.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Will you put my bag
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Will you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No.
I like that.
I'll be practicing.
Yeah, there you go. Got your notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over with that one.
See where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I miss
his birthday
party,
party,
man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes.
This sounds like a total powder keg waiting to explode. If the footage is as scandalous as you say, it's bound to spark major headlines and social media frenzy. The idea of big-name celebrities caught in questionable situations definitely raises the stakes. Everyone loves a good scandal, but this could cross some serious lines. With the level of scrutiny on public figures today, it's hard to see how anyone involved could come out unscathed. It could lead to some significant backlash and maybe even career repercussions. It'll be interesting to see how the industry reacts and whether any of these stars will try to distance themselves from the parties or issue statements. Do you think this will lead to any lasting changes in how these events are perceived, or will it be a fleeting moment of drama that everyone forgets?
Because anybody that was associated with him are going to be considered suspect. I'm not saying any names because I ain't trying to do that to anybody. I'm not wishing that on anybody. But what I'm saying to you is that when you are associated with a figure that is being accused of the multitude of egregious acts that he has been accused of, sex trafficking, racketeering, drug use, prostitution, flying folks across state lines and all of this other stuff. Yo. But I'm telling you right now, anytime the feds are coming your way, they're not coming just for you. There's lessons to be peeled from all of this. Be careful about the enemies that you crop up. Be careful about people that have a target on your back. The people you've alienated, you've infuriated. Think about the people he's done business with. Think about the money involved. Think about how it would have been in folks' best interest to shut the hell up and never say anything. Yet somehow, some way, this stuff evidently was going on for years, according to the feds. And almost nobody said anything.
Did you ever go to a Diddy party?
Yes.
And what was it like?
A Diddy party?
Is it like what they have in the media or
off the hook?
Off the hook?
And whenever they went into the quote unquote alleged other section, I was never there.
You were gone.
That's like, I think in general, getting away from Diddy, and God bless him and whatever else he's dealing with. I don't beat people while they're down. That's just not who I am character-wise. No one can erase his legacy. Bad Boy Records and Faith Evans and Biggie and Craig Mack and 112 and Total and I mean mogul. I mean, I don't know what all that other is going on or allegedly, but man, legacy is legacy, man.
Now, it sounds like Diddy is really feeling the pressure. If he's huddled up with his legal team and reaching out to friends to keep quiet, it's clear he knows the situation could spiral out of control. The shift in public perception could be monumental, especially if people start to see those glamorous parties as more of a hedonistic escape than charitable events. The idea that these gatherings were a front for something darker adds a whole new layer to the story. It's not just about the parties anymore, it's about accountability and what happens when the facade starts to crack. The curiosity about how deep this rabbit hole goes could lead to even more revelations, and who knows what else might come to light. It'll be interesting to see if any insiders decide to spill more tea or if everyone manages to keep things under wraps. What do you think could happen next for Diddy and those involved?
This asshole has said to me one time, he said, Big Gene, they not mad at you for talking about Puff. They said they mad at you because you got more famous or you got more known than they are for talking about Puff. They not mad at me for talking about Puff. They mad to the fact that people has gotten to know me because I was talking about Puff. So they hating on that. But in fact, because they know Puff wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire, bruh. They know Puff wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire. Now maybe if they had baby oil on them, he probably would, but he would piss on them if they was on fire. They getting mad and saying all this crazy shit when all I really wanted was justice for Big and the people around us that dealt with him. They gonna continue to take shots at me. I've already seen this, man. But like I tell people all the time, I'm 10 times the normal man. I'm not worried about what they say. What I look like, man, talking about some nigga coming at me, talking about my manhood. He look halfway like a cockeyed squirrel and he just talking crazy out his mouth for views because right now, my name is hotter than fish grease. What I look like talking with these cats out here, you understand, who was one-hit wonders. What I look like going at these cats and going back and forth with them, man. I did what I was supposed to do. I raised my kids. My girls graduated from college. I did what I was supposed to do as a man. I'm out here telling stories, bruh. I'm telling stories of my life. I'm telling stories of what I've seen. I'm telling stories of some of the things of what I heard. And they out here mad and upset. Like they got a problem. It's crazy, man. But you gotta realize this. What we have done, and you're responsible for this too, right here on the Art of Dialogue show. You birthed a lot of these YouTube channels. you gave them content to go back and talk about. Because without me on your show, and without you giving this show, a lot of them wouldn't have no content. That's my own personal feeling. That's not the feeling of the Art of Dialogue. That's not the feeling of this TV program. That's my own personal feeling. And yo, let me tell you something. A lot of these rappers that's hating and talking that bullshit, I either help them some kind of way. Do you hear me? When they peoples was home, when they had to get passes for their parolees for parole, or they needed somebody to call in and talk to their parole officer, I was the dude who did that. But you gotta watch who you help sometimes.
Wild. If the footage has A-listers behaving in ways that would make their teams lose it, it's definitely going to create a frenzy. The image of celebrities getting that out of control is a shocking contrast to the polished personas they usually present. The idea of lines longer than a Supreme drop is just the tip of the iceberg, huh? That kind of revelation could shift not just public opinion but also industry dynamics. People will be glued to their screens waiting to see who's involved and what exactly is going down, with everyone buzzing about it. I can only imagine the social media storm that's brewing. It's one thing to hear rumors, but seeing the actual footage will take it to a whole new level. Do you think any of these celebs will try to defend themselves, or will it just be too hard to explain away?
Like 91, 92, a lot of us wasn't even educated about the music business then. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta think, even the Locks, they was kids. You know what I'm saying? Mace was a kid. You look back at Biggie and Tupac right now, they died at 25.
Right.
They, to us now, they look like kids, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got robbed because they didn't know the business. A lot of people with Bad Boys succumb to the dark side of the industry, right? The same stuff that Diddy's, they alleging now with the parties, the drugs, the sex.
Right.
A lot of people fell victim to that, right? Because that was their lifestyle. Now, when we was younger, we wasn't paying attention. But if you go and you look at the Big Papa video, the lead woman or the lead guy in that is a transgender, right?
I'm gonna look it up as you say that.
Yeah, you can.
So you more so, and we could be somewhat candid. You more so just alluding to like the accusations of Diddy being like into homosexual lifestyles.
Yeah.
That energy of hip hop that has always been seen as taboo, and we could never verify it because none of us were on the inside.
Right. Well, I was.
But I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you, so you've seen this firsthand.
Yeah, I've never seen like orgy, but Diddy has hit on me at Steve Rifkin's house. And everybody at the house was gay, but I didn't know it until I really paid attention and looked around at my surroundings. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, what's going on?
That sounds like Exhibit's story, because Exhibit had a story like that. They went to Miami.
Nah, but he went to a club.
Right.
I went to Steve Rifkin's house.
Right.
It was after a BET Awards, we went to an after party.
Right.
Me, Lil' Kim, Hillary Weston, who was Lil' Kim's manager.
Okay.
At the time. And we go to the after party, we run into Diddy, and Diddy tells us to come meet him he tells them, not me. He tells Kim and them, yo, come meet me at Steve Rifkin's house. And we all go over to Steve Rifkin's house. And while we there,